Hello everybody, welcome to the very first episode of Beyond the Books. This is going to be a podcast where we discuss solely on the realities of students beyond the books. I'm Mariam Hilmi.
And I'm Larissa, and today we are going to discuss all about the struggles that we as interns face and as well as the exam pressure that we have as chartered accountancy following students. So basically today we are going to talk about all the things that nobody puts on LinkedIn.
That's right, it's solely gonna be about CA.
So then, shall we get into it?
That's right, so we should dive into the very first thing that we actually face as students. I would say exams.
Absolutely.
Right? And honestly, I think everybody has a dreadful journey when we talk about exams. And honestly, the wait for exam results is beyond that. And honestly, speaking of a very overwhelming exam like the CA, right? Honestly, all students are overwhelmed and they don't know what they are doing because of why? The fear of failure.
Absolutely. I mean, I can honestly relate because you know why? The exam stress itself is very huge to me because even when I'm writing an exam and taking an exam, I start doubting every answer that I write. And after I end the exam, I go home and my brain goes into an override field. But if I'm not covered for this,
it's all about what if, right? At the end of the day, it's all about the journey. I mean, yes, you're gonna drive home all safely, slowly, but failing does not mean you're gonna be a failure to your entire professional journey. I mean, that's what matters at the end of the day, right?
Exactly. Because I have seen my seniors, so they've taken multiple attempts of the exam. So it doesn't matter about how many times you took the exam. So what I say is that they've taken multiple exams. What matters most is they tried, and now they're doing well in their careers.
And honestly, exams is about the test of preparation and timing, right? I mean, how much you're going to do in that particular time you get. I mean, there's no hate towards exams. Obviously, you need exams to, get somewhere, to learn something. But that doesn't mean you have to stress over it.
Yeah.
Right?
And the thing with chartered accountancy exam is, it's not about how much you might be well with the theoretical concepts and all, but when it comes to chartered accountancy exam, it's mainly about how well you can apply your theoretical knowledge into practice and your exam techniques and how well you have actually prepared yourself.
Exactly. And honestly, when you go to let's say an interview, your employee is not gonna ask how many exams you failed or how many attempts you took. What's gonna be highlighted is your resilience. What you worked, how you brought yourself up at that very dreadful moment. I mean, failing, of course, is not a very okay thing for anybody, right?
Yes.
Be it exams, be it life, anything, failing is not taken easily. But what you have to find through that is the growth, right? Putting yourself back into your position, that pace is what actually matters, isn't it?
Absolutely, because you know why? Even though you fail, at the end of the day, what matters is how much you have resilience, how you got back up. And actually, after you get your CA qualification, nobody's going to come behind you asking how many attempts you took.
That's right. Nobody's going to question you. Yeah. At the end of the day, you're going to be a chartered accountant. That's right. I mean, one thing that I would like to say honestly is failing an exam does not fail your journey. It does not. It's just a step of trying to become better and grow bigger.
There's always room for improvement.
Always. And it's not like every professional started from up there.
Yeah.
Everybody was from down, rock bottom, and maybe they did go up and then fell back down, right? Yeah. I mean, talk of YouTubers. I'm pretty sure everybody relates to them so much. You know tons of YouTubers that started with 10, 20 followers and now they've grown to millions. How did that happen? Perseverance and resilience.
Yeah, and another aspect that I want to talk about is how we compare ourselves with others. I mean, I as a student know that very personally because you know why? We take ourselves and compare with others. But at the end of the day, some get there faster, some get there sooner.
That's right.
The only thing that matters is how well you develop yourself to reach that position.
Exactly. And it's not about a competition with others. It's a competition with you. Exactly. You need to do it. Isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, at the end of the day, yes, we are in a Sri Lankan community. We are not going to leave that apart. Yes, we will have a lot of setbacks, a lot of people telling us why you do not do that, why you did this. Yes, you're going to be questioned, but that's part of life.
Absolutely.
Exactly with the exams. Failure is okay. learn to grow from it. If you fail your exams once, that's all right. Try to go back on what actually happened with it. Was it your study plan? Was it your management with time, which is very important? Or was it just your head during the exam? Because obviously when the stress levels are super duper high, when it's spiking, I mean, we gotta talk about it,
Yes.
right? We've all been through that part, isn't it?
Absolutely. So it's what's most important is your resilience, your confidence that you build along the way. It's not just about writing an exam. It's about building yourself to be a well-known, well-rounded young professional in the future.
Exactly. That's what's mostly important, right? All-rounder. You have to be that person, and obviously, to be that person, you can't expect to have a very smooth climbing up journey. You are gonna fail. Well, failing doesn't imply only on exams,
Yes.
right? There are so many implications when it comes to failing. But yeah, with that being said, should we move on to the next segment?
Okay, now let's talk about another important, crucial aspect. Something that you can't only get through just writing exams or going through the syllabus. Building confidence is very crucial in modern world. As a young professional, confidence is key.
That is exactly so true. I mean, think about an interview or you're presenting to a client. It's your confidence that stands, right? Whether you are confident about what you are saying. After all, people pleasing does not happen just because of the number crunches, right? It's not only about the numbers that matters. It's your word, it's you with confidence that actually has to stand up for it. What do you think?
Absolutely, I can resonate with that. With my personal working experience, I could say when I go to talk to clients, I sometimes panic when they question or just ask something. I just stutter sometimes. It's mainly because I have not prepared well. So something that I've learned through over this course is that building confidence, like you don't have to know everything perfectly, but the thing that you are going to talk or the thing that you are going to work on, you have to be very thorough with it. So then you can take on anything, deal with clients and everything.
Like go fight
Go
that
for
world,
it.
right? Exactly. So I mean, after all, confidence is something that's not easy. No, it's just a skill that you have to develop. Obviously, it's not gonna happen overnight.
Yes.
And as a CA profession, obviously, it's not gonna happen overnight, right? It has to come by time, by days. How are you gonna do that? Practice to be confident. Remember, when you enter a room, you are the person who knows everything. That mindset alone brings that confidence no matter what. What do you think?
Absolutely. Also, another thing that I would like to tell our audience is confidence. You have to build it. So I would like to tell you to take the opportunity. Might be in the classroom or in the workplace. Ask questions. Ask your colleagues what it is. Because I know for a fact I'm a very introverted person, so I'm very shy. Should I be asking the question? What if I sound silly? But that is not going to get you anywhere if you want to be confident.
Look at her now. She's talking to a whole new large audience, right? I mean, that's an improvement. That's some confidence, isn't it? And honestly, it's not about only your class tasks. Go willingly, volunteer to do a presentation. That is a way that you could actually boost that confidence of yours. What do you think? Yeah?
And also you should seek mentorship because we could learn a lot of things by our seniors, maybe our work colleagues or other employees of different organizations. You have to reach out to them. You could get so many experiences, knowledge that could help you. Not only to build your confidence, but also to make you stand out as a well-rounded professional.
And it's not like you have to be the know-it-all. You are learning, right? In the process of learning, learn it with somebody who has mastered it.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
And also, like if you take in a board meeting or maybe in the classroom itself, because I know for this project, and I think you might know, and the audience might know, everybody when a lecturer or somebody asks a question, everybody is like quiet, and you might know the answer, but you're afraid to say it. And everyone is like, okay, we got it figured out, but then we actually don't. Okay?
Exactly. And at the end of the day, it doesn't mind if you are right or wrong. Answer it. Be forward. I mean, after all, if you make mistakes, obviously you're going to learn out of it, right?
Yes.
So come on, don't be a time cruncher. Don't feel like that you are losing and lacking on something. And I think most important thing that actually affects confidence in a higher level would actually be communication skills, right?
Yes,
definitely. I mean, one person, if you know to communicate in a very pleasant, very confident way, the day you master that skill, confidence is coming running behind you. What is it?
I mean, and don't be afraid of people judging you or laughing you. They're gonna laugh and judge you no matter what. Okay.
Remember, if they are judging you, that means they are not good at it.
And they lack confidence. That's
They
why
lack confidence. Exactly. That is it. That is what the peak is at.
Yes.
Isn't it? I mean, after all, confidence, like we mentioned before, is a skill. It's a skill that you need to develop, that you need to actually start giving yourself to start it. I mean, after all, you have that inertia where you actually have to start that at that certain point. Start it, you'll get it. What do you think?
Absolutely, I could agree with you.
So, and then such a valuable part of confidence is that how everything comes our way after we get that, after we attain that supreme point of confidence, right? I mean, people talk about getting opportunities, being able to, they'll be like, oh, this person's so lucky. He's been getting all these opportunities.
It's not because it's not luck.
It's
the
not
person
luck.
just flew. The person just took the effort to go to that.
It's always working hard, going towards that. Yes, confidence actually frameworks around your qualifications, what you have studied, what you have attained from it. Yes, it does matter. But just because you don't have it doesn't mean you should lose that confidence. I know people who have a lot of language issues, but their confidence is beyond where you can only see their confidence shining and not their language barrier. And that's what is important. You are gonna be a profession, right? A professional, a CA professional. That's what this is emphasized about. You have to know to walk forward, go forward, break through that barrier and attain that supreme point of confidence. What do you say?
I mean, I agree with you. Like, nowadays, chartered accountancy is not just, doing bookkeeping or just being thorough with the double entry system. The chartered accountancy role has evolved with time.
Exactly.
So now chartered accountants have managerial roles. So we have to be very thorough, confident with our communication, leadership skills and everything. So confidence is not something that you can attain overnight.
Exactly.
You have to build yourself, you have to master the skill and work yourself. You have to develop yourself continuously to be at a better place.
Exactly. And I think a problem that most of us are actually having right now is AI. Where the AI will take up all the chartered accountants. Now, as chartered accountants, the only thing that we are going to be, not only thing, but one of the main things that we're going to be is you are going to be an advisor, a problem solver, most importantly, a leader.
Absolutely.
And for that, obviously, you need to fuel that confidence within you, right?
Yes, beautifully said.
And honestly, she works at a working place at the moment, and I think you resonate with it a lot more, right?
Yes,
I mean, from facing the interview to what you are now, confidence is key, right? So with that being said, should we wind up and go to the last segment for the day?
Absolutely, which is a very important segment.
Well, now it's going to be an exciting segment, a part that we actually don't talk about in a CA journey, which is the internship. I mean, if we put it down into 2 words, overtime, undervalued, what do you think?
Okay, let's put into this. Okay, as an intern, we have this stereotypical mindset that interns are not valued or they are not, paid well enough. Okay, I would like to say like this: when we are building a building, the foundation has got to be strong.
Exactly.
Okay, so I take my internship like that. Okay, I might not be get paid well. Okay, and there's a lot of demanding. You have to work. Maybe when you go home, you have to work. There's a stress, like the workload just keeps coming.
Exactly.
From all of it, you learn, because that is going to add a value for your future as a chartered accountant.
That's right, and it's all about the experience, right?
Yes.
I mean, being an intern, what do you think is the hardest part of an internship?
For me personally, it's about struggling. Okay, I'm juggling with work because we used to come straight out of school, because when we were schooling, we just go to school, come home, do some homework, play,
It's just that. It's only the studying part,
simple, right? And now it's much more serious. Life is a bit like complicated because I have to work hard. I mean, I have to keep my job and gain experience, and as well as I have to take on exams, go for classes, and then we all have personal
Now,
commitments.
since you're doing it parallelly, it must be real tough, right? Working, the workplace is like a total different place, and then your study place is like even more different, isn't it? And then with that being said, what do you think is harder in your workplace for you to do?
For me, I think, just keeping up. So I work with an audit firm. So the workload just comes in and the clients are demanding always. So it's always very hard.
It's always the time management.
Yes, and something that I also learned when it comes to audit, it's not about, you might have a very well knowledge on your theories and concepts. Maybe you might be very thorough with the SLFRs, but it's not enough. From audit to audit, it's different. So it's a lot of thinking and
a lot of practical input you need to put in. Yeah.
So that's, I think, one of the most toughest things of my job.
Exactly. And then one thing that everybody talks about, when it comes to an intern, is them not being valued, them not getting the right respect, the recognition. I mean, in your perspective, you've been working in that sector now, right? So what is your perspective on that?
I mean, recognition based, I wouldn't say we are interns, right? So we won't be getting like the recognition of CFOs or CEOs. But our work is still valued because we might be behind the scenes, but we overall contribute towards the success of a company. So I wouldn't say that as interns we are not valued or we are not recognized. We are still recognized, but also we don't play a major role in front of the pages.
So you might be doing your stuffs, behind the scenes. Remember, when you need something, especially when you need that experience, it is all about what you are gonna do to improve that, right? I mean, you can't expect experience and recognition. Come on, this is your life. This is Earth. Come back to reality.
Yes.
That's not how life works, right? If you gain something, you need to lose something, isn't it? I mean, obviously, as an intern yourself, you told it that recognition alone does not matter, right?
Yes.
So remember, it's all about that experience that you need to face, isn't it? So what's your perspective on the experience side? How you gain it?
So the thing is, now it's very common, like people, when young professionals come into the market, they expect so many things which is very unrealistic.
That's right.
Also, we have to say that life is not a bed of roses. There's going to be barriers, there will be challenges.
Right.
Sometimes your employers might shout at you, your managers might shout at you, but overall you need to kind of improve yourself. That's what an internship is for. That is why chartered accountancy gives you the opportunity not only to gain knowledge from books, but also to gain knowledge from practices.
Exactly. So that is what's important, right? The practice. Practice makes perfect. After all, that's what it's all about, right? And then when you talk about, when you go into an internship, when you start working as an intern, you learn a lot. Be it resilience, be it time management. What do you think about that? The learning aspect of it.
Learning aspect of it, now, since I am very new to the market, so I found it hard to keep my job and as well as do my studies. I remember the first week of training, I was basically clueless, reconciling accounts and stuff which I didn't even understand.
After all, you're there to learn,
yes,
to gain some experience, to excel in that field, isn't it?
Exactly.
So obviously you are not going to expect yourself to excel in the very first time. So I'm pretty sure that every intern listening to us right now and all the CA professionals, young professionals, they are resonating with this point, right? Yes. Remember, internship is hard. It's never easy.
Yes.
Without, fighting for it, you're never gonna gain anything that's good. You have to go through that battle to gain what you really deserve.
You have to have a struggle to have something worthwhile in life.
Exactly, and that is what the internship is all about, isn't it? So, with that being said, remember that being a CA professional, being a CA student, and upcoming professional, confidence is key, and you learning to get the best out of your internship is utmostly important, isn't it?
Absolutely, and failing exams is also not the end of life.
Not end of life, isn't it?
Yes.
And as we wrap up, let's take a step back. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Starting from failing exams, building your confidence through that, and lastly, internship. How you can build yourself through and being an intern, isn't it? Remember, CA is tough, but that builds you, molds you in ways that you can never imagine. Isn't it, Melissa?
Absolutely. And with that being said, we are ending our discussion today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Stay safe, stay strong, stay inspired. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Mariam Hilmi.